Lauren Till from MAD, which is Mothers Against Drunk Drivers. I know that is such a powerful organization. You don't really need an intro, but tell us a little bit about it.
Mothers Against Drunk Driving has three basic venues that it fights a good fight on. We try to combat drunk driving, try to eliminate that. We support the victims of this violent crime, and we do that every day. There's 17,000 people a year who die from drunk driving crashes, and we try to support the family members of those crashes. And we also try to prevent underage drinking, so we do a lot of education through that as well.
Now, just statistically, do you know, is it more underage drinking that causes accidents? Probably not, right? It's just drinking and driving by adults.
Actually, statistically, drinking and driving is bad no matter what age you are. What we have found is that young people are really having a challenge with it. They're challenged by the drinking that's out there and prevalent within our culture, and they're also challenged by all of the additional distractions that comes with their generation as well. So it's a combination of factors that heightens the teen fatality rate.
Okay, and I know Mothers Against Drivers is mostly drinking, but now we're seeing, like, with cell phones and being so accessible, I'm sure you guys are working with and I know we've talked a little bit, texting, messing with the CD players, the iPods, stuff like that. Do you know of any accidents like that, or do you guys deal with that very much?
Absolutely. There's a lot of accidents that occur with that. The graduated driver's license laws, which Colorado has incorporated, has begun to save lives. We have seen a drop in teen fatalities because of those laws. And those laws restrict cell phone use. They restrict the amount of teens that can be in a car. And they restrict the hours that teens can drive.
And what is that called again? Because I know we've talked about it before and I can never put my finger on it.
It's called the graduated driver's license laws, or GDLs for short.
Okay, and exactly how that is exactly what you just explained, right? Mm-hmm. Is there anything else to it?
The GDLs, basically it's a way for teens to kind of get used to driving and drive without as many challenges in the car with them when they first start out. Baby steps.
Baby steps. And you guys deal with a lot of the victims as well as a lot of the people that were drinking and driving. What's the common thing that you hear from the people that were drinking and driving?
Ooh, gosh. Tonight, along with this program, there's actually the Victim Impact Panel going on downstairs here at the library, and that is where DUI offenders and DWAI offenders are actually court-ordered to attend a victim awareness panel. And what we get from a lot of the offenders when they come back is that there's not a whole lot of consistency in how they are being dealt with in the courts. It's very challenging for them. Some get off, some get harder sentences, and they're looking for a little bit more consistency in that.
And what about the victims? Now, I know I did a little research myself, and it said that a lot of the time the person drinking is the survivor.
That's kind of an urban myth.
Is it an urban myth?
It is kind of an urban myth. We find that young drivers, young drinkers who end up driving actually get in what's called a single car accident, and they are fatal as well.
Okay, what do you hear from the victims? It never thought it would be me, stuff like that.
It's so unfair. That's the biggest one. It's so unfair. No matter who they lost, whether it's a grandparent or a child or a parent, it's just there's a despair around it because it's a totally preventable crime.
And it's something that, we were talking about this the other day. If somebody drives to a bar and they have a couple of drinks, they're driving home no matter what, most of the time. Is that true? I mean, is that kind of...
I think if people make a plan before they go and drink, we plan what we're going to wear. We plan who we're going to be with. We plan how we're going to do our hair. You can plan to have a designated driver. You can plan to get a taxi cab. There's taxi services in every city.
So if you had like something that you want to say to everybody out there watching, what could you say that you think would make a difference, or how can they plan for that? Besides just get a designated driver, it's not always like that.
You don't have to drink to have fun. And if you're under 21, protect your head. Don't drink. Alcohol really affects your brain development. It makes things really challenging for you. And there's a lot of things to do. There's a lot of wonderful things out there to do that don't involve imbibing alcohol. And if you're over 21 and that is something that you choose to do, make a plan. Keep your friends safe. Keep yourself safe. Keep your family safe. because your family's on the road too.
All right, thank you, Karen. Thank you to everybody at Mothers Against Drunk Drivers.
We help substance abusing families help themselves. When a mother has a drinking or drug problem, don't add another problem, losing their kids. Help us help them stay together. Treatment does work, and healthier mothers keep families together. It's all about the kids.
Crossroads Turning Points, Incorporated. Our family center at 3500 Baltimore Avenue in Pueblo is here to help. Don't lose hope. Access is only a phone call away. Call 719-545-1181, extension 150. Crossroads offers comprehensive services for the whole family, including prevention, intervention, and treatment. Presentation speakers available. Call 719-546-6666, extension 157. We support alternatives for our communities.
Welcome back to the Anything and Everything Show. I'm still your host, Rob Archuleta, and I'm here with Ben Guerrero. Ben, what is your official title?
My official title is the Juvenile Probation Case Manager for the City of Pueblo Municipal Court.
Okay, Ben, what kind of new stuff are you guys trying to keep the kids in line over there?
Well, we're trying a lot of different things. In particular, we have, as far as alcohol-related cases, we do several types of referrals to what we call Phase 1 or Phase 2 alcohol programming, mainly geared towards education for drug and alcohol abuse. We also do other types of services such as the Choices and Consequences program, which teaches kids the consequences of their behaviors, especially when it's violative of the criminal law. And we even go into the area of choices and consequences involving sex.
Okay. Now, I know you guys do the alternative to suspension program, right? Is that a part of what you guys do, or is probation something a little different?
Probation is something a little bit different. What we do actually is we make the referrals based upon a violation of the law. The judge, of course, will determine what the sentencing is going to be. Most of the cases then that have alcohol related events are going to get either ordered to the alcohol and drug education program, or if we know that the alternative to suspension program is in place, then we will ensure that that child or that juvenile is enrolled in that particular program in that particular school.
Okay, now, earlier we were talking to Judge Alexander, and we were asking him questions about what the parents say and what the parents think. Being that you are dealing with juveniles, what is the common thing that you hear from parents?
I think one of the common things I hear from parents is that they have lost control of their kid, especially when the kid has left the home. They are real concerned about the effects of the peers on their kids. They feel that they have basically don't have control once a kid has left the confines of their home.
Is it a misconception to say that a lot of the kids that get in trouble have parents that use?
I think it's a truism, actually. I think that the kids that come from households where there is alcohol or drug abuse are more than likely than not to also be involved with drug or alcohol.
Okay, kind of like monkey see, monkey do, sort of.
Kind of like monkey see, monkey do, but it's, I think, a little bit deeper than that. I think a lot of them self-medicate. I think a lot of them come from homes where there is some element of miss in the home. For example, a parent is gone, parent is in prison, mother's gone, mother's in prison. There's some element of miss in the home, and it causes pain that they don't want to deal with, and so they self-medicate in a lot of ways.
Seems like when we ask the kids, where'd you get the alcohol from, I'd say over half the time they say right in my own fridge.
That's exactly right. I think most of the time they will do that. They'll sneak it. They'll sneak it from bars. They'll sneak it. I've even heard of them adding water to some of the bar bottles that are readily available to them without the parents even knowing it.
All right, thank you, Ben. We appreciate everything you're doing.
Thank you very much.